I'm very sorry for my more casual attire today. However, out of nowhere, it has just got so hot here in the UK, literally within the past hour, and I'm like sweating to death. So if I put anything heavier than this on, I think I might just keel over, to be honest. So I'm going to film this video and then I'm going to leave the doors and all the windows open and it's going to be bliss. But if I get sweaty during this video, no, I don't. Today, I am going to be doing a good old chopping block video. So I recently did a huge inventory series. I went through all of my base products, my cheek products, my eyeshadow palettes, my glitters, and my lip products. It was a huge week full of inventories. And I basically got to really delve into my makeup collection, see what I had, see what I liked, see what I didn't like. And that has given me a lot of inspiration to not only pull out palettes and other makeup products that I really enjoy, but also it has given me inspiration to really start side-eyeing some products that I own and really start thinking, do I actually like these? The reason why I do an inventory series in the middle of the year is to really prepare myself for that end of year huge declutter series that I do every single year in December, so definitely stay tuned. And I am starting to look at these products in front of me right now and go, you're on the chopping block. If you don't know what a chopping block is, it is basically where I go through products that don't really work for me or that I don't really like for some reason and that they are in danger of being decluttered. But just before we do jump into this video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup. Today I'm wearing my Pan That palette as well as my 1 Week One palette, which is the Subculture. Everything on my face today will be linked down below as always. So let me know, do you have some of these products in your collection? Do you love them or do you not like them just as much as I do? Let's jump into it. I will go through the order you do your face. That's the way I like to do things here. It keeps things semi-organized, I guess. Some of these products I have spoken about before, so I'll kind of keep those ones quite brief, but others I haven't really ranted to you guys about just yet. So the first product on the chopping block is the Beauty Bay Tinted Moisturizer. This is the Glow Filter. I have the shade BB101 and I thought this was going to be more of a foundation product. I bought this to do my full face of Beauty Bay. However, this is very reminiscent of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It has pretty much no coverage, but a lot of glow and a lot of like dewiness. So I, as I said, thought it was a foundation. It's definitely not. I have quite acne prone skin. Right now, you know what? Apart from like a few little bits here, it's doing really well. Thank you guys as well for all of your comments on my full face of NYX, because I did ask in that video, please give me some skincare advice, some tips. You guys gave me some really good advice. So thank you so much for that. Because I'm very self-conscious about my skin, this is not a foundation for me. I have tried this a few times mixed in with other foundations, one of which I will speak about in a second, and it has toned them down a little bit. It has made them a little bit more wearable, a little less thick. I need something in between this and like cement, you know? I need something in the middle. I don't want this or cement. I'd like something in the middle. But this is just not enough coverage for me. Not enough coverage for most people, to be honest. This is barely there coverage with a really nice glow. Again, Hollywood Flawless Filter or any of the thousands of dupes. This is a brilliant dupe for that. If you are looking for something reminiscent of that, I'd recommend this if you are that kind of girl. I'm not. I'm a very full coverage, full beat, full glam colour kind of girl. This is not something that I'm interested in. I will continue mixing it in with different foundations, seeing if I can make it work, but I don't know if this is going to survive. So next is a foundation that I have spoken about a lot, so I will keep this quite brief. This is the Revolution IRL Skin Foundation. This is the opposite. This is super full coverage, this is super thick, super heavy, and this goes into every single fine line that I never knew I had, and it makes me look so old and so heavy. I don't know what filter they're talking about with this. The old grandma filter? Maybe that one. I do not understand how people make this work. Some people have actually commented and said this is their favourite foundation. Love that for you. It's definitely not for me. Definitely not for me, because this thing drives me up the wall. I am going to try mixing these two in together, seeing if that works. I have found a product that this works with, and a lot of you guys always ask which one it is. The Beauty Crop Glow Milk Bronzed. These two mixed together do work quite well. It tones this one down. It still sinks into my fine lines though. It's still not great. It just makes it look a little bit less bad. So I'll see if these two work together. Maybe if they do, I can keep using them like this. I never like wasting product. That's the thing. When I do my declutters, I do always try to give my makeup away, but inevitably products like foundations especially are always kind of left over. My friends have a wide range of skin, so you know, it's really hard to give away foundation. So I will try my best to make these two work, but this is just thick. A thick mask of product, and it's not flattering. So hopefully these two mixed together will work out. I might try that like tomorrow, or am I going anywhere tomorrow? No, I don't think so. So that's fine. That's fine. I don't want to go anywhere with these two on my skin because I'm preparing for a disaster on that front. Maybe not, but maybe. The next product I'm going to talk about is the PS My Perfect Colour Concealer. Now, this was actually one that I have recently discovered peels and looks so dry under my eyes. This was never an issue when I first bought this thing. However, the more I use it, the more crinkly and crepey and almost scaly it looks under my eyes. My skin is dry, we all know, I say it in every single video, but this makes it so much worse. I don't even know which way this is meant to like turn, because I'm turning it both ways and it's not clicking. So I'm just like guessing it's that way. I don't know. This has a really nice habit of like peeling under my eyes recently. I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but I have noticed a lot whenever I use this, little bits start peeling up under my eyes, and it obviously looks horrendous. That never looks good on anyone. So I noticed it, and then I kept using it thinking maybe my under eyes were just really dry, maybe it was my skin. Then I kept using it thinking maybe it was the moisturizer I was wearing, which the moisturizer I was wearing does also peel, which does not help. And then I used a different concealer and it didn't peel, and I was like, oh, it's the concealer. So I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, but this is just really annoying me. The fact that I don't know which way to spin it because it doesn't click. I'm just like spinning and hoping for the best, but also nothing's coming out. Someone did say to take the puff thing off, which maybe I'll do. Oh, yeah, there's some concealer in there, Caitlin. Well done. I'm going to put the lid on that. Also, the lid is breaking. There's a bunch of cracks in the lid, which means that it doesn't stay on the product very well. So, like, I don't know, how much hassle is this thing worth, you know? I'm gonna keep my eye on it. I'm gonna keep using it a few times, and I'm gonna see what really happens with this. I'm gonna use different tools. I'm gonna use different moisturizers, different eye creams, different skincare in general, and I'm gonna see what the dealio is with this, because right now I'm not that impressed. Speaking of Primark makeup, this is 100% going. I'm not even giving this an option to redeem itself. This is the Primark My Perfect Colour Powder Foundation. This is horrendous. This I use as a setting powder. It says you can use it as a setting powder or a powder foundation. So I thought, you know what? Setting powder it is. It made my skin look like it had this film over it, and it brought up all of my foundation. It made my skin look so dry and crepey and reptilian. It was horrible. And it smells like talc. Like baby talc. It stinks. It's not a good product. This is vile. I hate this product. It is not good. Stay away. Steer clear. Don't do it to yourself. I'm telling you now, don't do it. Yes, it's like £2. Don't. It makes, as I said, like this film that just looks dry and heavy and cakey, and oh no, this is not good for anyone. Normally I say, you know, it didn't work for me, but maybe it'll work for you. Everyone's skin is so different. This won't work for you. It just won't. I'm sorry. I don't know what skin type this would ever work on. I can't see this working on any skin type ever, because it's just, it stresses me out just thinking about it. It really, really does. I only use this on a brush to lightly set my face. The thought of putting a powder puff in here and like set it, oh no, this is like the worst powder I have ever tried in my whole life. I cannot do it. It is going. As soon as my declutter series starts, it's going. A lot of people have asked me as well, why don't I just declutter throughout the year? That is because I am a content creator and declutters do very, very well. So I always like to keep the duds in my collection. Because it's nice to reference back to them sometimes. Like if I think a product is really bad, I like to reference back to other bad products and kind of compare, see what the deal is. B, I like to have them all year to reference, like this video here. I have it in my collection. I can show you the product. I can say it sucks. And C, I love a big declutter at the end of the year. So I like to almost hoard the bad stuff and then get rid of it all at once. It makes a really, really satisfying declutter. I am a content creator. I do have to think about content, unfortunately. So I do have to keep bad products in my makeup collection every now and then. So that's why I do it. I know a lot of people were confused. That is why. Okay, we've done all the base products, I'm pretty sure. Now let's move on to cheek products. The first one, I'm getting this out the way straight away. I don't know if I have a B-roll for this, so I'm just going to show it you. This thing is going. This thing is going. Everyone celebrate. Everyone celebrate. This thing is going. It's going. It's going. It's going. This is the final few shades of my Modern Renaissance palette. And I panned that Modern Renaissance palette for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years I panned that palette. There are about 4 shades left and they are all in here. And I thought, you know what? I cannot physically stomach putting another red eyeshadow on my eyes. So I'm going to franken them all together and I'm going to make a blush and I'm going to finish them as a blush. I can't do it. I can't do it. I've got like PTSD from the Modern Renaissance palette. I do not want to finish this. This is so firmly pressed. And as we all know, if you're a project panner, blush is notoriously horrific to project pan. So I'm not going to do it. It's a nice color of blush. It's fine. It's like a nice kind of bricky kind of red shade. It's lovely. It's great. But I know that this is Modern Renaissance and I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to put myself through even more hate panning. The whole theme of 2025 was no hate panning because I did nothing but hate pan last year. And if you don't know what hate panning is, it is basically when you're doing a project pan, you're trying to finish a bunch of makeup, but you're trying to finish makeup that you don't even like and you're just forcing yourself to use things. That's what this is going to turn into. That's what this was at the start of the year. That's why I decided to roll it out of a project. And I think the more time I've had away from this, the more I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. I can't do it. I can't put myself through that. And I'm not willing to do it anymore. So this, everyone cheer. I know a lot of people were telling me, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Don't force yourself to do it. I'm listening to you guys. I'm not going to do it. You'll all be really proud of me. I know. I've done it. I've listened to you. It's done. Okay, another blush. This is going to get people a little bit angry. This is going to get a little bit angry. I'm so sorry. The Mitchell blushes are horrendous. Horrendous. I was going to say horrific and horrendous in the same word then. It just came out as horrendous. They are awful. They are so bad. I don't understand why they are hyped so much. I don't understand what everyone's obsession is with these. No. I remember Make Me Up Misser absolutely loving these and I bought anything that Make Me Up Misser ever breathed on. Like, I would buy it because I loved her so much. She had the biggest collection of the Mitchell blushes, and I remember way back when I was like in college, I went and I bought one and I didn't like it, and it clung to my skin. It didn't blend. It dried in the spot that I put it on my face, and it would not budge. Then a load of people were telling me to put it on the back of my hand, so I did it. I put it on the back of my hand. I dipped in with my brush. It just looked dry. It didn't look nice on my skin. It just looked heavy. So then I ended up decluttering that product. Now, a few years later, like a month ago, I was shopping for my full face of Made by Mitchell, and they offered a free blush with your order. And I thought, you know what, a free blush? Everyone's still raving about them. Maybe they updated the formula, and I mean, I need a blush for my full face of, so I may as well get a free one. No, still, it sucks. It's dry, it's like heavy, it doesn't blend. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Yes, I have very dry skin. Yes, I know. Maybe if you have really oily skin, this will work really well for you somehow. I don't know. I can't imagine it working for anyone, though I know it does. It has to, because it's so viral. I mean, this shade anyway is probably not my shade. This is a very bright, hot pink. But because it was a free gift, I kind of just went with it, whatever, you know. I was hoping that this would be a formula change, that this would be something that maybe was a bit more moisturizing, but no, it was the same formula as it's always been, and I don't like it. I think it goes patchy. It's just not good. I'm sorry. A lot of people replied to my full face of Mitchell and said, like, no, you're wrong. Mitchell is the best makeup brand ever. That's your opinion. Okay, that's my opinion. It's not good. It is gonna go at the end of the year. I'm sorry. It's going. I do have a bronzer to share with you. This is from Bia, and this is a C Beauty product. This is the Streaming Light Magic Mirror Ripple Powder Blusher in the shade 106. And I got this in PR because I wanted to do a full face of C Beauty, and I kind of realized that they don't do bronzers. I was scanning their website, I was pleading to the makeup gods to give me a bronzer of some sort, and I came across this. This is a very cool toned product. A lot of you guys were saying the reason why C Beauty don't do bronzers is because pale skin is so like sought after on that part of the world, so bronzing and deepening your skin is not really part of their fashion, which I never knew, so thank you for that. Very interesting. This is more of a contour for me. And I don't like to contour because my cheekbones are enough anyway. I only bronze, blush and highlight. I never ever contour. My cheekbones are quite pronounced and gives me a little bit of flashbacks, to be honest, to when I was in ED recovery. You know, I don't need to be more hollow. This I just don't use. It's nice. It's a nice product. I can make it work as a bronzer, but it's just very, very cool. And for me, I like a more yellow to red base bronzer. This is very, very grey, and I don't like that. The packaging is stunning and gorgeous and beautiful, and I love the packaging so much. A part of me kind of wants to like Franken something in here, because how do I let go of this? This is so pretty, but I'm not using it. It was in a video semi-recently. It was like products I never use, I think, or something like that. And I tried it and I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't my kind of thing. I don't think I'm a contour girl. And that's fine. That's just my opinion. That's just my preference. But this for me is just bronzer, blush and highlight, and this is fine. Sometimes I do catch myself in the monitor and I'm like, that's a lot. And that's without contour. So with contour, it's just going to look even more intense. I don't want to look like Maleficent. It's not a look I'm going for personally. So as beautiful as this is and as pretty as this is, I think I am going to let this go, just because I will never use it. I'll never use it. And if I ever want to use a contour for maybe like a Halloween look or something like that, I have a bronzer palette and it does have a more cool tone contour option, so I don't need both. So yeah, that's probably gonna go as well. So let's talk a face palette actually. This is one I was so upset about. I was so upset. I feel like my preferences and my standards for makeup is rising. The more that comes out, the more products that release, the more brands can't get away with anymore, and this is just the story of this palette. This is the Beauty Bay palette. It's the Bronze, Blush and Glow. I find this so boring. There's nothing wrong with the products per se. They're fine products, they work. However, this palette is one of the most boring palettes I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing going on. There's 3 words going on this, and it's just boring. Come on, Beauty Bay, give me something. I always say that makeup should be an experience, and this is not. This is not an experience. I mean, it's fine. It's a fine palette. It's 2 matte blushes, a bronzer and a highlight. The bronzer is a little bit more olive leaning, so if you do have olive tone skin, this would be brilliant for you. I know that it is a bit of a struggle if you do have olive skin to try and find things that work. So this I would recommend if you have olive skin. This would be brilliant for you, but I think I look in my makeup drawers and I have so many beautiful things. This is just boring. It's just boring. I'm sorry. And as I said, the products are fine. They're okay. They're nothing crazy. They're fine. But I just would not reach for this. If you said to me, pick one of your face palettes to use, it's not going to be this. It's just, it does not interest me in the slightest. It's a real shame because I was really excited to use it. I will give it another go. I will try and use this a little bit more before my declutter. And that's what I love about these chopping block videos. They kind of make me think, do I want to declutter it or do I not? So I can kind of use the next 6 months to really delve into these products and see what I think of them. But right now, this is just really boring for me. I don't want to use it because I have so many beautiful things in my collection and this just isn't it. I want more. I need more. If I'm gonna, if this is gonna compete, it needs to be more. Sorry. Let me know, do you feel like you're getting more picky with the makeup that you buy? Are you getting more picky with like presentation and things like that? Because I've definitely noticed myself doing that recently, and it'd be really interesting to know if you're doing the same thing. Okay, there's 3 more cheek products. Let's start with this. This breaks my heart, but this is the Color Rose Water Ripple Series Highlight. This is so pretty. However, it is so yellow. It is kind of crazy, and it's kind of like a putty cream formula, which isn't my preference either. It's so squishy, but it's so pretty. This presentation, yes. This presentation, I love. I think this is gorgeous. This is what I mean. Give me more. So presentation is A star. Packaging, A star. Love this thing so much. The product, I'm not keen on. It's so yellow. Let me do a proper swatch. It's like a cream that is super, super yellow. I have yellow undertones in my skin. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see how yellow that is. I have yellow undertones in my skin, and this is too much. This is like Bart Simpson yellow, and I am not a fan of that, really. I'm not a fan, just because it's too much. I'm wearing a nice, just champagne, normal coloured highlight today. It's beautiful, it's pretty, it's great. I did use this with a very bright yellow look, and it worked really well for that. So a part of me thinks that I want to keep hold of it for more kooky looks. If I do a bright yellow, it could probably work with this look today, with this like yellow in a corner. It could probably work really well. So now I'm just deciding, do I want to keep this for those looks that I do that are a little bit more out there, or do I just want to let go of this? Because I don't have anything else in my collection quite like this, so it would be quite nice to keep hold of, but That's what the next few months are going to be all about. I'm going to be trying my best to see what the deal is with this, because I don't know. Oh, I don't know. This is the hardest part about these videos. The ones I'm just not sure about. Okay, I am definitely sure about this next one though. This, oh, it works fine, but it stinks. This is from Catrice, and this is the Air Blush Matte. I have the shade Peach Heaven 110. This honks so bad. This stinks. I really don't want to open this just because I know this smell is going to linger in the air for so long. I opened this in a video recently and oh, I can't do it. I'm going to keep this closed because I really don't want to do it. I really don't. It stinks of baby talc. I kind of had a back and forth with my viewers about the smell of talc, of all things. And a lot of people said talc actually doesn't have a smell. And I was like, no, talc definitely has a smell. I have a friend with a baby and like that talc stinks. So maybe it's just baby talc. This is what this and this smell like, but this is worse. This is so much worse. This stays smelling like that. You just open this, your whole room stinks of baby talc for like an hour. It hurt. No, I'm not opening it. I'm not subjecting myself to that. It works fine. Like, it's a fine blush. It works. It's great. The first ingredient is talc in this. What's the first ingredient in this? Talc. Proves my point. I wonder what it could be. Talc. I just cannot handle the smell of this. I actually... Do I say this? I've basically become very accustomed to this smell being talc because I have been trying a lot of makeup behind the scenes recently for unknown reasons. And the first thing I do is smell them. And straight away, I know which ones have talc in them. Straight away, because I can smell it. I don't know if I'm like an anomaly and I'm like a dog who can just smell talc. You know how there was that lady who could smell like really bad illness? I don't think I can say the word, but like a really common, like horrible illness in her husband, like years before it was diagnosed. Maybe that's just me with talc. Maybe. So everyone's saying you can't smell it. Maybe I just can. Maybe I'm just special. I can smell it. It stinks. I'm not opening it. I will never open this again. This is going. No. That was a very long rant to basically say this stinks. The final cheek product in this little video is the Technic Warm Edits face palette. This was a victim of being completely neglected until my inventory series came round, and then I decided, you know what, I've not actually used this in so long. I really need to use this. I really need to pull it out and play around with it because this is definitely one of my most neglected blush palettes. It's nice, it's fine, it's just nothing special. It's kind of like the same with the Beauty Bay palette. There's just nothing really to it. There's nothing pulling me in. There's nothing that makes me want to go, oh yeah, that is so pretty. It's just like here. You know, in a world of like this and this, like why would I ever go for this? Do you know what I mean? Like, this is so cool and innovative and cute, and this just isn't. I definitely find myself reaching for products that make me go, ooh, a bit more recently, and I love that. I have used this in a few looks recently. As I said, it's in my everyday makeup drawer right now. I've been using this shade quite a lot. It's kind of like a neutral, slightly orangey, pinky shade. Just very, very neutral, very, very basic. It's nice. It works. That's the thing. It's a nice palette. It's fine. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. They're just staple matte blushes, but there is nothing pulling me to this at all. And that is the thing. I feel like I'm going on this rant again, but so many makeup companies are upping their game recently, and things like this just get left behind because who's reaching for this over a super cool, beautiful artwork product, you know? I don't know, it's fine, like it's fine. I'm not jumping for joy about it. And I think because my collection is growing at such a rate, keeping things that I'm just not 100% about, even if they work fine and they work, they're not bad products, keeping things like that doesn't make sense anymore because my collection is growing so much, and because I'm every single month getting in more products that are beautiful products. I gotta be more cutthroat, and I think that is why this whole packaging situation has really, really got to me, because I don't have time for mediocre anymore. I just don't. I can't do it. I can't do it. So there are all the cheek products. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes and 2 lip products left to talk about. So the first eyeshadow palette breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. This is from Revolution. It is the Lion King Circle of Life eyeshadow palette, and I am obsessed with the Lion King. I love the Lion King so much. It's my favourite film, but this palette is just not good. And I've been clinging on to this for dear life. I did get rid of one of the Lion King palettes that I owned in my last declutter, and I know that did go to my best friend's sister. So you know what? She's loving it. It's fine. It's cool. You know, whatever. This, I don't know if I can get rid of it. The colour story is so nice, but it's just not good quality. These are very thick shimmers. Do you know the shimmers that I'm talking about? The classic drugstore, thick, cakey, horrible, satiny shimmers. They're just not good. The mattes are fine. They work, but I think it's time to let this go. I think it really is. It's not been used all year by me, I don't think. It's just hanging around, and I just don't think it's gonna be here for much longer, to be honest. I need to separate the palette from the Lion King. Just because I get rid of this palette doesn't mean I no longer like the Lion King and that I'm shunning the Lion King and I hate the Lion King, because I love it so much. But there are just better things. There are so much better things. The packaging, obviously, like, it's Revolution, but like the packaging's all peeling off and it's just like, it's not having a good time. But I think because I've got rid of one of these Lion King palettes, I've got the strength. I know I can do it. I know I have the strength to do it. So I think this is going to go as well. The only reason I'm clinging on to this is because it's got Scar on the front and I think it's really cool, but I just don't think realistically this is going to be hanging around for much longer at all, unfortunately. And the next eyeshadow palette, the last eyeshadow product that I'm going to talk about in this video before we move on to lips. This is the PS Creamy Dream eyeshadow palette. This was a palette I spoke about this morning in my palette ranking video. I ranked all of the eyeshadow palettes that I've tried so far this year. There was a lot of them, and this came in last place because it is so boring and it is so neutral and it is not me at all. This is so cheap. I mean, it was anyway. It was like £3 or something like that. I bought this for my full face of Primark makeup and it did not do anything. I knew it wouldn't. Even when I looked at this in the store, I thought, yeah, that's not really my thing, but I need something for this full face of Primark, so I'm just gonna get this. I'm stopping doing that now because I used to buy full faces of makeup even if I wasn't actually interested in that makeup, just so I could make a video on it. So this is a prime example. I wanted to do a full face of Primark, but the palettes were just so boring. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna buy one. But it's such a waste of money, and I see that now, and I'm really seeing that if I want to do a full face of Primark, I'll just use another palette in my collection, and I'm sure you guys won't mind if I sit here and say all the palettes were so boring. I just don't want to use them. You know what I mean? I'm going to try and do content that's a little bit like nicer on my bank account, you know? If you guys don't know, I did lose my job recently, so it's still a little bit tough. It's still a little bit hard financially. And I think I needed that to see this new wave of content that I want to do. So for example, I'm going off on a tangent right now, but bear with me. My full face of NYX that went live a few days ago, when I was shopping for that video, I didn't buy a powder on purpose because I knew I wouldn't use it. I would literally use it for that full face of, and then it would just go back in my drawers. I only bought things that I genuinely were excited about, and then I used the rest of my collection to kind of fill in the gaps. I only had to fill in for powder because I did have pretty much a full face anyway, but I want to do that more in my content. Anyway, this it's just, if you want a really, really cheap, really, really quick, simple eye look, if you do your makeup on the go, or if you do very minimal makeup, like, yeah, this is fine. It's a little bit chalky, it's a little bit white base, but it's fine. Does this compete with 60 other eyeshadow palettes? Yes, I have over 60 palettes in my collection. Does this compete? Not whatsoever. If I had 5 palettes in my collection, maybe this would be in the running a bit more. It's not competing with 60 beautiful, colourful eyeshadow palettes. So that's that on that. I will bet money on the fact that that is going to go at the end of the year. And so I have 2 lip products left to talk about. So these are 2 extremes. These are 2 very, very different lip products. The first lip product is from Coloured Rain. This is the matte liquid lipstick in the shade Wildflower. I notoriously do not like liquid lipsticks. I don't think they suit me. I have very dry skin, very dry lips. They just suck all the life out of my face, and I feel like I'm wearing concrete on my lips, and it is so uncomfortable. This is going nowhere near my lips. I did use this actually as an eyeshadow base. I did a video, it was trying crazy makeup hacks, and they said use a liquid lipstick as an eye base, and I did that, and you know what? It looked really, really nice. It's a very, very nice eyeshadow colour. It's a kind of like browny orangey, you know, quite neutral. So it went really well with that, but I probably wouldn't use this as an eye base again, just because even though it was nice, again, I have 60 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, over 60 now, which is crazy. So it's just not going to compete. I'm just going to use an eyeshadow palette because I have a lot of them. I'd rather just use an eyeshadow palette. I mean, it's just not, it's not good. I rejoiced when the liquid lip trend started to die down and the like lip oils and lip glosses started coming out, because I cannot do it. I can't do it. I know a lot of people were like, yeah, but it's for the colour and it's for the staying power. Me personally, no, get it off my lips right now. It's so uncomfortable. I don't want to go anywhere near it. This is definitely going by the end of the year. This was in a mystery bag, so I didn't really get to pick the product that I was going to use. I didn't really get to pick the product that I was going to receive. It was just sent randomly. So yeah, maybe, I don't know why I started that sentence. Not maybe. This is going to go. This is gone. This is done. I'm so done with this. Absolutely not. And then on the other side of the spectrum, this is from the Essence X Superman collection. This is the Jelly Lip Stain, and this is a very, very moisturizing lip product. It's very, very glossy, very, very, you know, nice in that aspect. The color of this is bright hot pink. I did not realize, oh, it smells so good though. Oh, it smells like pineapple-y. So nice. I'm not going to put this on the back of my hand because this will stain for like 2 days. It is the brightest hot pink you have ever seen in your life. You can kind of see it around the doe there. Very hot pink, very vibrant, very bright. Not my style at all. I'm wearing actually a pink lip today, which I never normally do, but I usually go for like brownie nudes. So this is very out my comfort zone. It's just not something that I'm interested in, and I'm scared of this. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot think of one look where I would want a bright hot pink lip. If you guys want a bright hot pink lip stain, love that for you. The fact that it stays on my lips for days, no. Maybe that's a good thing for some people, not a good thing for me. I'm not vibing with this. So that is definitely on the chopping block as well. And with that being said, this is the video done. This was a very long video. I'm losing my voice a little bit. 40 minutes, not too bad. But let me know down below, what is on your chopping block right now? What are you eyeing up to declutter soon, or at the end of the year, or whenever you do your declutter? Or what is a makeup product that you have recently decluttered? Are you happy about it? Are you sad about it? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. But with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you today, guys. Like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!